to Two Crazy Scoops podcast, the weekend coffee break, with your hosts, Ao and Antino. This week we're going to be talking about different talents that we've done, or talent shows, different things, school plays, stuff like that. So stay tuned. And I do have the short version this time, so you're only going to have to wait about 5 more seconds. 2, 3, and the short thing got shorter. Man, I wish that piano thing would go a little longer. Okay. Anyways, so welcome to Two Crazy Scoops podcast with your host, Ao and Antino. This week, before we get started, actually, Aaron wanted to, congratulate 2 of our listeners or thank them from the bottom of his heart.
And I mean the very bottom, like scraping the bottom.
Hey, you wanted this. No, I'm just kidding. But we want to thank Miguel. Last week we talked about concerts, and I liked his. He says, my favorite experience was when I saw the Smashing Pumpkins. They were playing their new stuff, and no one was happy about it, including myself. It started raining, and they had to stop. When it died down, they came back out, but this time they played their hits. The skies cleared, and all was right in the world.
Yeah. So thank you, Miguel, for that.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with that. I do hate
when they play new stuff. And you're like,
it depends on who the artist is, but most of the time I do hate the new stuff.
Yeah.
I want to hear the hits and the big songs. I don't like to hear most new stuff. But it depends. Sometimes the artist is someone who I really, really like, and that means I'm familiar with their new stuff. But for the most part, sing the classics, and we don't need any new stuff.
Don't even care.
What?
That's a Smashing Pumpkins song.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then we have Levi, which I like his because I always wanted this to happen, and the only thing I got close to it was that the guy threw a pick in my face, and that was it.
Wait,
like a guitar pick.
Wait, let's read what he said first.
So he says, well, now he has to comment. He says, first concert was Weezer and the Foo Fighters in like 2005. My friend got picked from the crowd to play guitar on stage with Weezer. Then he got to keep the guitar and go meet both bands. Now, I just like the part where you get to keep the guitar, because that's like I don't know. Unless they gave him like a Stratocaster.
I'm sure it was a Walmart.
A Starcaster.
Brand. Yeah, something like that.
But still, that's pretty cool. And I think I only know how to play a couple Weezer songs, like the Sweater song or whatever. But yeah. So I thought that one was cool.
Yeah, definitely. So, talent shows, that's what we're going to talk about a little bit.
Speaking of shows, this week, me and Aaron, we're going to talk about our experiences with talent shows, school plays, anything that we might have remembered from the past.
This is going to be really quick, so don't worry about it. It's going to be a short episode.
Aaron can play a song with glasses and water.
I can do that. But no, I don't have any talent. But I will. The only talent show, the crazy thing I've done for a talent show, I was James Brown one time on a cruise, and it is recorded.
So you were the first Black James Bond then?
James Brown.
Oh.
Why would I be James Bond?
I don't know. I heard
in
James
a talent
Bond.
show.
You had talked before and said James Brown, and I heard James Bond. If you heard James Bond, then tell
At a talent show, though.
Okay.
I don't know what James Bond would do at a talent show.
I don't know. You just like drink a martini or something.
That's not talent. Anyone can do that. I was James Brown.
James Brown.
For a talent show on a cruise ship. So the way it worked, it was this was back in like 2005, I think, into 2005. And this was a 1 week, I think it was like a 1 week cruise or like 6 days, something like that. And so what they did is they had like a talent show or something every night, in one of the auditoriums. And on the first night, they said that they want to put together this all-star idol competition for everyone who's been doing karaoke during the week. Mm-hmm. And so I was doing karaoke during the week with the other friends who were there, and we signed up to be a part of it. And so it was like James Brown, it was Aretha Franklin, it was Frank Sinatra, I think, and some other people, just like some really big
Would you
artists.
Have to sing, or you just
have
lip
to
singing?
No, you sing. And the cool thing is that you actually have backup dance. Some of the people have because I think Britney Spears was one of the people to but just like a lot of different artists, right?
Yeah.
And so some of the acts had background dancers and stuff, which was kind of cool. So if you took the time to kind of learn their dances while you were rehearsing, it was kind of nice. But anyway, so we all signed up, and so I got James Brown part. So I had been rehearsing. I can't sing worth anything, but
can you do the splits at least?
No, I can't
okay.
do the splits. I can pretend like I'm about to do it, but that's about it.
They get dragged off stage.
And they had costumes for us and everything. And but that suit that they gave you was so tight, though. You couldn't do anything in that thing. It was horrible. And this wig, that wig looked like death. But anyway, long story short, we went through the whole week, and we got ready to perform on the last night on the cruise, which I think was like a Friday night. I went out and did my performance, but my microphone didn't work.
Ooh.
So I was dancing around on stage trying to pretend to be James Brown. You can't hear me. And it was it was awkward. It was very awkward and very long.
It's just like a silent
I had
James
to sing
Brown.
I Feel Good. I'm glad the song wasn't, I'm glad the song was
It's
pretty,
not that long.
It's not a long song
Yeah.
at all. It was like 2 minutes or something. So it was very awkward 2 minutes because you couldn't hear me. I couldn't, and no one thought to bring me out a mic that worked. It was a cordless mic. Then the person who came after me, who was also in our group, in the group that went on this cruise, their mic worked fine. And in fact, our group made up most of the people who were on this quote unquote talent show. But anyway, it was fun. I still have it. I mean, I still laugh about it. And somebody does have a recording, because at the end they gave you a recording on VHS, on the VHS tape. This was 2005, so DVDs were out, but
yeah, it's just to give it out in a concert.
Yeah, just to kind of give it away.
Talent show thing.
Yeah, they were still recording it on VHS at the time, and so so everyone in the group has it, has a copy. I don't know where mine went, but I'm sure I can find one of my South Carolina people who still have a copy of it. And maybe we can transfer it to digital if they haven't done so already. They may have already done
probably
it.
Already on YouTube.
Yeah, it
I'm
could
just gonna
be.
type in
it's
Aaron
horrible.
Owens.
Oh my God, but it is so bad. It is
Silent
so
James Brown.
bad and so awkward. But it was a lot of fun. And that was it. Aside from that, I didn't really do a lot as far as like even in school. Generally speaking, at school, I was helping out with the audio and doing stuff in the background when they did school plays. I never really did anything on stage. It wasn't.
Yeah, I was like fire in a school play one time.
Which is perfect. It fits you perfectly.
I just like held this thing over like this wall and just like waved it around. And that was it.
That's all you had to do.
Yeah, like one of the students got to write out the play. And I was like, I have a creative mind. I can write this. And it just like didn't turn out very well. But someone had combined all these fairy tale stories together and like changed the characters to do different things. It was just like really funny and weird. But I just remember that was fire. So that was the beginning of my career there. But yeah, folks, since Aaron didn't get to actually sing that song, he's going to take about 3 minutes right now.
Absolutely not.
Just 3 minutes of your time to sing I Feel Good.
No.
And I'm just going to beatbox it up.
No, not gonna do it now. Because you have to, it's different when you're on a cruise. Number one, you're never going to see those people again. Ever again, but
at least you hope not.
You hope to never see them again. But number two, it's I don't know. I was in a different mindset because you're on vacation. You just don't care.
Yeah,
you don't care how stupid you look.
But that's the best thing to do talent shows in. You just have to not care,
Yeah, and at the time I didn't, but I have to be in that mode to do something like that again. Like I just can't do it just off the whim. I have to be in crazy mode. But yeah. That's it.
Let me see. I think the cringiest thing I can think of that I did in a talent show, which actually, I know this may seem contrived, but it was probably about 2005, 2006. And they had a talent show. So my friend was like, hey, you want to do this with us? So me and him and another guy played a 13-minute Pink Floyd song, but we condensed it down to about 7. And for about 5 of those minutes, it was just an instrumental, and we had like a drum track in the background, and the person who was singing only sang for about 2 minutes. So he just stood up there for 5 minutes on stage.
Wow. Yeah.
While we like played through this song.
Yeah.
And I came to learn very quickly that people are not as big of Pink Floyd fans as we are.
Yep, sounds about right.
And if you can imagine, like, this was the beginning of my musical journey, so to speak, and it was, we tried. We tried hard.
Did anyone record this?
Yeah, actually, I think my parents have a DVD of it.
Dude, if you can find it.
No. I was like in this phase too, where I was trying to figure out like what my style was.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was cool to wear like button-down shirts with like a white undershirt underneath and like jeans and skater shoes.
And a mohawk.
Yeah. Actually, I had like a James Brown type style hair, just
a James Brown. Oh no, this was not. That was not a fro. It was like matted hair with. They tried to throw some S curl in it, but it just didn't work. It was bad. Yeah, it should have been illegal to give guests that thing.
But what's the cringiest thing you've seen at a talent show, do you think?
That's a good question. I had to think about that for a second.
Another cringy thing I did was I went to Utah because I made some friends in Utah one time.
That is cringy.
No, this kid is really, really cool. I actually haven't really talked to him recently, but he invited me because we had gone to go to Utah because someone was getting married, and so we stayed in their house while they went on their honeymoon. So we stayed there for a week and made some friends with the son of somebody that they were, it was a whole thing. But anyways, he was like, hey, you need to come back because we're going to have this thing called Jam Fest.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of people got together and they played like songs and stuff. And so I like begged them. I was like, please let me play a song at the end. So a guy let me borrow his Stratocaster guitar. And so I just like stood up there and played a song. And I do have a small clip of that actually somewhere. But it was a song I wrote and it was just like cringy lyrics. Good old teenage moodiness. But yeah, it was fun. I liked it. But the thing was, and this is my claim to fame right now, is because there was a band from Phoenix there. Quite coincidentally, and they were like rocked. They were amazing. So since they were able to put me at the end because they had a little bit more time, they were going to have this band come back and play like 3 songs and just bring down the house. And it started raining. And so then everyone had to leave, and I was the last person to play. And it was a terrible storm.
Oh, wow.
So I left, and then we went to an IHOP, and like my stomach hurt so bad because it was like in front of like 200 and some people. It was like in a coliseum, not a coliseum, like, you know, like chairs, bleachers, and then like a stage.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a pretty fun thing. But man, I got so nervous after that. Yeah, I like got sick. But can you hear the helicopters?
I know, right? Exactly. Dude, I can't think of anything I can remember off the top of my head as far as like mishaps or cringy. There's a lot of stuff online, but I can't think of anything that I've seen.
Well, that same thing, like some girls they would come up and play a song on guitar or piano.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it was piano, and I think 2 of them, they both played "Someone Like You" by Adele, and it was kind of like a sad song. And then someone like came up later, and they were like, "Well, I didn't really practice anything else, so I'm just gonna sing that song again."
Oh wow!
It was just like, ugh.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was like, oh no.
No, they played that song to death when it was out, so no.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, that was it. That was just my cringy experience. That's all I have.
Yeah.
As far as talent is concerned, since I don't have any. So
again, like I said, I didn't go up there and like rock the house. It was just me, and I was like, I know how to play a song, guys. I'm gonna play a really long song. And it was Actually, you know what? Let's take this time where people can't actually see what's going on the screen. No, I'm not gonna find it anytime soon.
Well, hey, what I would just say is if you have any talent and you've been on a talent show or have done something entertaining, then feel free to leave a comment on Instagram telling us what it was, what you did, if you have a clip of it. If I can find a clip, like if someone actually uploaded that clip, then I will definitely put it on the Instagram. Hopefully no one did it, though.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the video?
Yeah, it's the video, and at this time, I also thought it was cool to wear an oversized dress shirt with jeans, and that's what I got up on stage with. So,
dude, there you go. Then you should put that up.
I'm like,
I just can't hear anything. But.
Yeah, well, it doesn't have any audio. At this point, I was like doing some spoken word part in the middle.
Oh my god. you know, it's so funny. Back in Connecticut, they used to do that. They would do talent shows, and people. There was a period of time where the spoken word thing was huge. And I'm sure maybe it still is.
Was that like 2011?
Around,
because something happened here where it was kind of the same thing. People were like really into it.
Maybe so, because by that point I had already been living in Connecticut a couple of years, so that sounds about right. It was around that time where the spoken word had gotten huge, and we went to this one talent show, and this guy got up and did a spoken word, but it was just horrible. It was one of those things where you can tell he thought that he blew everybody's mind with what he was saying, trying to sound like he was some, you know, philosophical genius. And it was like, no, dude, no. That's nothing you said. Not only did it not make sense, you know what we need to
oh no.
What we need to play is that clip from Billy Madison. Billy Madison. Remember at the end when I don't know if you've ever seen Billy Madison or not with Adam Sandler.
It's been a while. At
the very end, you should pull it up on your phone and just play the clip. Is your phone still hooked up to the podcaster?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Go to YouTube and put in like Billy Madison response. It is because this is what I wanted to go up and say when he was done, but he gave this philosophical like,
like 36.
It's 36 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. He gave this. He went up there and tried to do this really philosophical spoken words, and we were just looking like, "Are you serious, dude? Like this is Three Little Pigs. That's what you're basically reciting to us." And this is the response I wanted to give. This is what I thought of in my head.
Wait, it's just a YouTube commercial.
Yeah.
Man, why must?
Yeah.
Mr. Madison, what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay, a simple wrong would have done just fine, but
you remain one.
That's good. That's good. No, but that's what I wanted to go up there and say.
Everyone is now dumber.
We are dumber now for hearing that. So anyway,
oh man,
that's that, sir.
I'll conclude on my own spoken word. Like I said, my friend Jesse actually did a really cool spoken word poetry thing that he'd been working on for years. Mm-hmm. But before he did that, there was this guy who was rapping because it was like an open mic at this place, and he was rapping stuff, and he kept saying, "I'm major, I'm major." I'm major, and he was going off about how great he was. He's such a big bad dude. And then like at the end, he was like, "Okay, guys, hey, how's it going? Hey, I really liked your spoken word thing. Hey, so I have a show coming up. If you guys want to come," and he was like giving us flyers. I was like, "You don't sound too major to me."
Oh my god!
So now I just go around, "I'm major." Good old Tucson rappers. What you can do without them?
Yep.
So, yeah, like Aaron said, if you have any cringy talent show experiences, feel free. Okay, so who do we have this Monday? We have Eduardo. I don't know what his last name is because he's got like 4 of them. But he's coming, and he's going to talk to us.
4 last names.
I'm not kidding.
I don't know his last name. He has like 4 of them. Right? Eddie will be here.
Eddie will be here. Talk to us about microbiology and drawing blood and stuff.
Lots of disgusting things having to do with bodily fluids.
No. Anyways, he works in the medical field, so we're going to have to tell him to tone it down a bit for sensitive ears.
We'll just edit it.
Yeah, he'd be like, dude, so anyways.
We should just do an edited version.
And the funny. Don't you think that's funny? It'll be like listening to those clean versions that you get at Walmart of like rap
We'll
albums.
just edit it out so that it'll be a lot of silence and
so every time.
And then when you pull the needle out of it.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Anyways.
Oh god.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, good job.
This has been Two Crazy Scoops Podcast with your host, AO and Antino. Stay tuned this Monday as we have Eddie Martinez. Oh, it is Martinez. Eddie Martinez come and talk to us about his microbiology and a bunch of other really cool things. We hope that you enjoy and have a great rest of your weekend or whatever is left of it.